A funny thing happens when you decide you want a better life for yourself. All of a sudden, everything in your life becomes a trigger. Your energy is now in misalignment with your current reality. And it feels excruciating. And it's because you're evolving. The vision for yourself and the vision for your future has now changed. The old doesn't resonate with you anymore. But the thing is, this brings up resistance, both in the world that you're trying to build and the world that you're trying to release. Because now all of a sudden, all you can notice is either things that you have that you don't want, or things that you want but you don't have. And you can use this to your advantage. Your goal here is to come back into a state of equilibrium. And that means releasing all of these triggers, trying to release everything in your life that's bringing up these negative emotions and thoughts within yourself. You want to come back to a state of neutrality. And to reach this state of neutrality, it requires change, both in your external world and in your internal world. You can use your triggers to your advantage. You can use them as this jumping off point, this springboard into your next reality. You just have to know how. I want to talk about what I call the plant theory. You are a plant that has outgrown its pot. Your old environment is too small for you to return to, and staying where you are is going to be excruciating and will eventually leave you with detrimental effects. Although you haven't quite settled into your new environment yet, you know that there is fresh soil waiting for you. Your roots just haven't quite settled into the earth yet, and you're stuck in this liminal phase that can only be dissolved by pushing forwards. This moment of transition is the most painful, because this is the moment that your ego fears the most. The thought of leaving your perceived safety for something that is not guaranteed yet is the most difficult experience. But it's only through moving forwards that's how you get out of this liminal space. It's only through experiencing new external stimuli that is how you move forward. Taking that leap of faith is the fastest way to get out of this liminal space, but it's also the most painful. The solution here is to use pain to your advantage. You need to start perceiving pain as your friend. Change is painful, but you have to expect pain to grow. And the version of you that you want to attain in order to get the reality that you want to build, that demands transformation. And it's only through expecting this pain that it becomes less excruciating. You have to develop the ability to view pain in a neutral state. We've been trained to believe pain is something negative, but you can rewire your brain to perceive pain as a tool of your becoming. If you know how to use your pain to your advantage, you can use it as the best tool for your alchemization process. Your success is directly linked to your ability to tolerate pain. And the pain that I'm talking about here is the pressure that you put on yourself during this transformation process. And the majority of the time, this pain comes from fear. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of the new. It's the fear of letting go of the old. It's the fear of the void stage that you have to sit within in this transitional period of leaving your old life behind in order to step into the new. The void is the in-between stage. The void is the stage where you've let go of your old reality and you're waiting for your new desired reality to appear. This is the stage where the most fear is garnered, because this is the stage of the unknown. This is the stage where you have to have the most trust within yourself and allow yourself to surrender. Trust that the new will appear. Trust that you are doing enough work to attain the desired reality that you want. This is where most people turn back, because this is when it becomes the most excruciating. But this is the point where you have to push forward the most. Stare your fear in the face and decide that it has no power over you. This is where you have to use your triggers to your advantage. Your triggers show you what you want in your new reality. So in this mist of fear and pain, look for the glimmers that excite you. Look for the things that make you feel something, make you feel happy. Look for whatever makes you feel pulled forwards into the future. Your triggers give you the blueprint of where you want to advance and where you want to avoid. And I think it's worth mentioning here that the things that you fear the most are the things that you have to run towards the fastest. Pay attention to the emotions that come up in your daily life and use these emotions to your advantage. When you have a strong emotional reaction to something, you can use it as a guide. Listen to the emotion and what it tells you. Look for the deeper reason as to why it came up. Look at the subconscious patterns that you are holding onto that are influencing your emotional state. You are always triggered by the things that you have the strongest belief systems around. Figuring out the root of these belief systems is the key to figuring out the root of your pain. What does the input of your pain tell you? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What have you been tolerating in your life that you can't stand anymore? What people are in your life right now that you know you can't bring into the phase of your next life? What mindsets are you carrying that you know you cannot bring into the next phase of your life? Drastic shifts require drastic actions. I find the biggest shifts that have ever happened in my life have been when I've come to a breaking point. When I'm sick of the same old in my life that I just can't stand anymore. You get to a point in your life where the universe puts you into a position that feels so excruciating that you just can't take it anymore. Something has to give and something has to change. Your internal state is so impacted by the external stimuli that you can't help but to change. There's this intrinsic force that's pulling you forwards, and this is the version of you that's emerging. But the harsh truth of this reality is nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody can step out of that cocoon into the butterfly that you want to be except for you. Nobody's coming to force you to change. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody actually cares whether you make it or not, except for you. You are the only one responsible for yourself and your own life. And this is a basic fundamental truth that so many people are so aware of, and yet very few people act on. It doesn't matter how strong this intrinsic force is, pulling you forwards inside of you, if you do not get up and do the work, you will never change. Without tangible effort moving forwards, you will live the same life that you've always lived and continue to be in pain and continue to stay stuck. But I can guarantee you that once you pull yourself out of that metaphorical plant pot, it's so hard to pull yourself back into it again. You have no choice but to grow. Lean into this pain. Remember that you're going to be in pain either way, whether you stay stuck in your old reality or whether you choose to grow and move forwards. You just have to choose the type of pain that you're willing to put up with. Choose the type of pain that you're willing to tolerate. And I encourage you to choose the type of pain that will lead you to the most growth, the most success, and the most fulfillment in your life. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.